5 stars. The ultimate rating, an impactful story. And I've only found one so far this year.
So how long and how many books will it take for me to find another?
Okay, I can only hope that, no one's watching me. I'm currently reading The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. It's really good. It's giving me, White Lotus vibes, which is mentioned in here, and just, a fun romance. It's literally fake marriage, so that's very fun. I'll get into the details of the plot when I'm, back home, but it's really good. And the weather being so nice right now is so perfect. I've been in such a summer romance mood recently, and specifically summery vibes. I don't know if I'll be able to yield a 5-star with that specific mood I'm in, but I'm enjoying it, and that's what's important. But hopefully I'll find a 5-star with something that I pick out next. I'm gonna go pick up some sushi. Hello. My camera is currently over there, and this guy's in my lap, so I'm not gonna move him. I wouldn't do that to him. And now he's gonna get up anyway, isn't he? Alright, well, I wanna update y'all and talk to you guys oh, that's amazing. And actually, no, please don't leave. Talk to you guys about the book I'm reading, because I told you guys I'm reading The Paradise Problem. You guys saw me sitting outside and reading because it was so nice today. I wanna talk about this book because I really like it. This is my first Christina Lauren book. I'm over halfway through. I don't really think this will be a 5-star, but I am really enjoying it. And as I mentioned, I'm in such a big summer romance mood. I'm just specifically in a mood for summery books. I don't just want romance. I want the summer. I want, and this, I love it. I love this setting because it's just so ridiculous. And I'm literally can I please be in a fake marriage where I have to be on this tropical vacation with these rich people and then get paid $100,000 at the end, but also find the love of my life at the end and have this actually end up being my life. Obviously I haven't finished, but it's gonna have a happily ever after, and that is basically the premise. So our main characters, Anna and West, they got married 5 years prior to the beginning of this book because they both needed student housing or something at their school. So they got married, lived together for 2 years, but they barely interacted when they were living together. They separated. Anna thought they got a divorce, but they did not. So West calls up Anna because his sister's getting married. They're having this huge trip. They obviously expect West to bring his wife because they've been together for 5 years at this point. So he kind of propositions her to come on the vacation, pretend to actually be his wife, his loving wife, because in a few months they'll actually have to get a divorce. He'll pay her for the trip, then they can get a divorce. But obviously they're fake marrying, and it's so good. They've obviously had their attraction to each other, but we're just now getting the development of, one, that attraction, and two, their actual feelings for each other. It's so good. But anyway, I am really enjoying this. That's it. I'm gonna read more and then we'll see how many books this video takes.
I finished The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I'm giving it 4 stars, so obviously the video will continue, but I did really enjoy it. It just was so fun. The premise was so good. Oh, wait, let me turn my lights on. There we go. I just thought it was very fun, very light. I thought the romance was very believable. I really liked the main characters together and seeing them flirting. I was smiling, I was giggling. Now I'm trying to think of what I want to read next, and I do have a couple options on my Kindle because I am on that Libby app pressing place, hold, borrow copy like it's nobody's business. I also have a book called Backhanded Compliments by Katie Chandler. This is an early copy. I just requested it on NetGalley and I got it. So I could pick this one up. It's a sapphic tennis romance, which sounds so fun and the cover's really cute. I don't know what I want to read right now. Oh, I have Suburb 69 by Ellen Hildebrand that I'm supposed to be buddy reading with my cousin. I just texted her. My cousin has started reading it, but I haven't started it yet, so I will decide what book I'll read next, and then I will let you know when that's decided.
So we have an update. I just finished Summer of '69 by Ellen Hildebrand. My next book that I was gonna read was Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. I did start it and I got 32 pages in, but my cousin was like 170 pages into Summer of '69. So I was like, let me just pick it up. Let me actually just pick it up and start it. And now I've finished it. It's not a 5. So the video is continuing, but I'm kind of unsure of what exactly to rate this. My initial thought and my thought while reading the book was 4 stars, but it's possible it's like a 4.25 or a 4.5. I love Ellen Hildebrand like a lot. This is now my 5th book of hers, and it's been less than a year since I've started reading her. I did read it on my Kindle because I've just become so aggressively a Kindle girl, but I did buy this last summer, and this was one that I was very excited to get into from Ellen. I just really loved this. This is set obviously over the summer of 1969, and it follows this one family and the 4 children, but really it follows the 3 children because the boy, there are 3 daughters and 1 son, he got drafted for the Vietnam War, so he's not actually present in the story. He's off fighting a war, and that's kind of the epicenter of this story a little bit for this whole summer, for like everyone kind of branching off. So we mainly follow the 3 sisters, Blair, Kirby, and Jessie, and I just really enjoyed it. It's set on Nantucket. For the most part, actually. Not fully. One of the sisters is on Martha's Vineyard, but like the family has a house on Nantucket that they regularly go to, and I do apologize for my hair. I washed it last night after work and then slept with it wet, and this is just what my hair does. There's just something about Ellen Hildebrand's writing that works so well for me. No matter what, she just has a way of fully immersing me into these characters, or whatever characters that she writes, their lives. This isn't the first story of hers that I've read that centers around a family, but it kind of is. The other book that I was thinking of is Winter in Paradise, which is the other Ellen Hildebrand book I read this year. I read it a few weeks ago. That one follows a mother and her 2 adult sons. They're like almost 30. Blair is like early 20s, 23, 24 or something. I think Kirby is 21 or something, and then Tiger, the son, he's like 19, and then the youngest, Jessie, is 12 going on 13. She's like 13 for most of this, but her birthday's at the beginning of the summer. And I think that's one of the reasons why it really worked for me, because it's following a family. Ellen Hildebrand really, most of her stories, or from what I've read, is always like multiple perspectives. You're never really in one person's head. It is 3rd person as well, so it's never I. You're never like actually in their head. But following a family, I love, because you see each relationship from different perspectives, and you see each thing happening from a different perspective, and like what matters more to one person than someone else. I loved the historical setting. This is like Ellen Hildebrand's one and only like historical fiction book, because most of her books do take place whenever they're written. But I will say my favorite book of hers, 28 Summers, starts I believe in the 90s, and then it follows 28 years of the characters' lives. So I really loved that aspect of it. Okay, I'm so sorry for this. Should I just put this on? Sure. We'll see what I end up picking up today, and we'll see where that elusive 5-star is. So I think I kind of have an idea of what you probably rated it, but you tell me.
I thought she was gonna have murdered him. I thought she was gonna...
Okay, this first question, I don't think either of us will have an answer to, or like care about. Well, I don't think saying you have a favorite would diminish the other characters.
No, she's out.
Yeah, this is quite the level up from the last time you saw me. We spoke about Summer of '69. I am on to my next book, which is Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. I have the physical copy. I kind of ended up choosing this because I got one book off my physical TBR with Summer of '69. So I was like, let me get another book off my physical TBR with Summer Romance. It was available on Libby, so I did get it so I could read it on my Kindle. But I'm about to head over to Barnes & Noble to get some work done, and I might end up reading at some point when I'm there, but I wanted to update on the fact that I am reading my next book. I am like 120, 130 pages in. I think it's like 37% or something. It's not gonna be 5 stars. At least I really don't think it is. I've read Annabelle Monaghan's 2 other books, Nora Goes Off Script and Same Time Next Summer. Nora Goes Off Script was like really close to being a 5-star, but like there's something about Annabelle Monaghan's writing. It's just so very
curt and to the point. I think her writing has evolved a little bit. Nora Goes Off Script was very, very short sentences, very like literally no funny business. It just felt like almost a little stilted, but I still loved the story and I still really like connected with some of the emotional beats that came about like later in the story with the romance. But Summer Romance, I'm enjoying it. I think it's cute. I'm just not that invested in it and I'm not that like connected to it. I think it's fine so far. Like it's really not doing anything crazy. And the only thing that's annoying about this is I own Same Time Next Summer and Summer Romance, but I don't own Nora Goes Off Script, and that might end up being my favorite book of hers that I've read. I don't think the summery mood is gonna yield me a 5-star. We might go on for a little bit. So I don't actually have much of an update because I'm still around the 130 page-ish of Summer Romance, but I'm kind of considering DNFing it, or at least soft DNFing it for like the time being. I'm not disliking it, and that's why I kind of want to just power through, but I know it's not gonna be 5 stars, and I have a couple other things that I think I might want to read, which is not the direction I thought I was gonna go in. Well, one, Sunrise on the Reaping just came out. Initially, like I always knew I wanted to read it like when it came out because of course like it's the anticipated new Hunger Games book and it's Haymitch's games. But as the release date was approaching, I was like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for Hunger Games. But now that it's out, I am kind of down the mood, and also I don't want to be left out. It's not that I'm feeling FOMO, it's that I just don't want to have to avoid spoilers or anything like that. I saw this Reddit post that was like, sorry for the spoilers, but Haymitch wins the games. At first I got scared because I saw the spoiler, and then I was like, oh. Yeah, we know that. So I might go pick up a copy. I was also like, I need to stop buying books. I've been buying books at a rate that is like not normal for me. I just like continue to buy books. It's actually really stupid. But the other book that I want to maybe pick up is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I've never read Little Women. Love the 2019 movie, like one of my favorite movies ever. It is on my movie wall, which is over here. But I got this hardcover edition, which is like the movie kind of like tie-in, which this is how you do a movie tie-in anyway. And it has like pictures from the movie, but I hate reading hardcover. So I did borrow the Penguin edition on my Kindle, but I also just like want a physical copy that I've read. So I have been wanting the Penguin Classics edition because it's also only $10. So I'm like debating also picking that up so that I could like annotate while reading it, because like that's a story that I think I would annotate. And those are two like really high potential for 5 stars. Because I already know I love the story of Little Women. It's possible I don't like connect with the book 100%. And then Sunrise on the Reaping, also again, very high potential. Hunger Games and Catching Fire are 5 stars. I think I gave Mockingjay 3 stars, and Ballad also like 3 stars. And Sunrise on the Reaping just has more of the potential to be 5 stars because I think it would fall more in line with the first 2 books, which means that it's a very high stakes game. I am no better than Capital Citizens. If that's the case, I don't know which one I'm gonna pick up because either one of them could end the video. And Summer Romance is just kind of not cutting it. Again, I'm not disliking it though, so we'll see if I end up DNFing it. And if I do, it would be a soft DNF. But I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble, peruse a little bit. I also like want to do some work, and then I have a workout class at 4:30. So let's go, okay? I'm gonna pop in here so quickly. Yeah. I'm on page 48, but the last thing you saw me was literally reading the first 2 chapters and the Reaping. And how did she do this? How did she do this? I'm gonna talk when we're home. Let's discuss, because I don't know how she does it. I'm saying this even though I didn't even love Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I didn't really love the book. I ended up liking the movie more. I haven't reread the book, but I still think my feelings will stay the same. And I don't particularly love the structure, which is important. I don't particularly love the sequence of events and the structure of Ballad, and that still rings true for the movie. I had a lot of fun with the movie, and Tom Blythe was also, and the music was so good. Like, I just enjoy the movie. I think it's like a 2 hour 40 whatever experience instead of a longer book. Also, Ballad is the longest. I don't think the pacing was great. That's my main issue with it. A lot of the stuff in that book is intentional, but as a story, I didn't like love it. I'm not gonna speak too soon because I am only 50 pages into this, but I am a sucker for this structure, for this format, for this formula that Suzanne Collins has created with like The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, the games itself, and just like following someone through this horrifying experience. Like, it's awful, and I'm not the most intelligent person where I could like explain why I like it more, but I just think it has to do with the emotional investment that I have with the story and how high stakes it is, that I'm like fully in it when that is the structure. So this has a very, very high chance at being a 5-star read because it does follow the structure of the first 2 books. Like, it is fully following that structure, but like, I love it. And also, she's already thrown me for a loop. I was not expecting something that happened already in the beginning. Like, it's so good. And just the whole message and theme of propaganda and like not everything being exactly as it seems. Ooh, it's so good. I really love it already. I'm gonna read more. I'm on page 50, like I said, and I can absolutely see myself just like binging this because the first 2 books in the trilogy, I was like hooked. I could not put those books down. Mockingjay and Ballad were books that I could put down. That's the difference. We may have already found a 5-star. We may have. Hopefully the runtime does not prove me wrong, but we'll see. I already love these characters, and I know they're going to die. This book is crazy. Like, I know some people have said or felt this way, that Suzanne Collins is becoming cash grabby with her stories or like with the Hunger Games series. I just like don't agree. Like, even if I didn't love Ballad, it definitely felt like this was a story she wanted to tell and there was something important in telling it. This I definitely feel that way about, but not only that, like it just feels like, yeah, this is what happened. It doesn't feel like fan fiction. Like, so many people or like authors or writers will expand on their universe and then it just feels like fan fiction, where they're just kind of doing stuff. It's fan servicey. This is not fan servicey, despite all of the connections to things that we've already seen and we know. It doesn't feel fan fiction-y. It feels like it's really building on the world and building on the story and giving us insight into stuff that we didn't know. And Haymitch is so mysterious kind of as a character. Like, he's not mysterious, but it's like we don't really know that much about him. He just is the drunk, and all of the stuff that he does with Katniss and helping her in the series is contained to those moments. Like, we don't know what his history is, but also whatever history we're getting here makes sense for the character that we do see and for his path where he ends up. This is just so good. Like, this is everything I would have wanted. And I am gonna be annoying. I know that it is like, people like to make comments and be like, we're just as bad as the Capitol citizens. Like, why are we entertained by the violence and everything? But it's like, it's entertaining because it's so action-packed, but it's storytelling. Like, we care about the politics or the human emotion that resides in those stories and in those settings. And it's also just interesting to see how creative Suzanne Collins gets with the different games and the different experiences that the victors go through. Like, it's all a part of the history of this world. That's why I crave more from it. So I was gonna say, if she writes Phoenix games, I won't be mad. I don't know what she'll write. I don't know if she will continue with this world. That's kind of all I have to say. I don't even know if I wrapped that up well, but I am 152 pages in. I of course plan to read more and more and more today. I don't know that I'll necessarily like binge it. I know I'm gonna finish it quickly, but I'm not gonna like sit down and just like binge read it for hours, because I do want to savor this. This is my first time experiencing Haymitch's story, and it'll be my first time in 5 years experiencing a new Hunger Games book, and I don't know when I'll have that opportunity again. I'm gonna keep reading, and I'm so happy I picked this up now. I'm so happy. Some of the things in this book are like truly horrific. Oh my god. I'm literally gonna start crying. Oh my god. Page 274. No. I'm so nervous. I've cried reading a Hunger Games book, but I've never sobbed. That was insane. I don't think I could articulate thoughts, really, so soon after finishing it. Obviously, 5 stars. It was just like exactly what I would have wanted from another book from Haymitch's Games, and like so devastating. Obviously, I don't want to talk about details too much. I don't want to spoil this book, because you just have to like go into it and experience it. But the difference between like Katniss's experience in the games and Haymitch's experience, I mean, it was so emotional because I know what happens after he wins and like the result of certain things. And my window's open. Let me close it. I've always felt like the punishment for Haymitch's Games and what was like told to us in Catching Fire didn't make sense. As in, I never felt like it was an equal punishment, which like it's the capital to President Snow. It doesn't really have to make sense for him to make a decision to like try to hurt someone. But this story, oh my god. Oh my god. I've seen people talking about if Suzanne Collins will write more. And again, like I feel like I could see her writing something else maybe in the world if she has something to say. But someone did say that now we've seen all of the District 12 victors' games. So I almost feel like that really could be an ending point. Because I felt like in Ballad, the fact that we were following someone from District 12 was like, okay, I don't really feel like we need to parallel Katniss and the other games that much. Those connections do become important, but Suzanne Collins just has stuff to say with the District 12 victors, and again, if there is anything else that she has to say, I will be there. But I also could see this being the end, and that also is like, but also what an end. What an end would this be? Okay, if I have more to say, I'll talk about it tomorrow. This video is over, and I just happened to get lucky to have started like over a week ago, not even thinking about the fact that Sunrise on the Reaping was coming out, and that would be a potential 5-star for me. Obviously it's 5 stars, obviously. We found our 5-star, guys. We did it. We found our 5-star read. It's been actually like a week since I finished this book. I haven't finished any other book since. I've had like ideas of what I want to read, but it did kind of put me in a little bit of a book hangover. I've been honestly wanting to reread the trilogy since I finished this, but I honestly don't have like much else to say about the book. One thing is maybe the fan servicey stuff in the book is fan servicey. Like, it is kind of, while like I said before, also still building on the world and the story, so I don't find it to be too egregiously fan servicey, but I still thoroughly enjoyed this story, still get emotional, still am shocked that I've now read this book. It's crazy. When can I anticipate another book? The thing to anticipate though is the movie. I'm looking forward to casting news. Last Hunger Games movie brought Tom Blythe into my life, and I am forever a changed woman for that. I cannot wait for the People We Meet on Vacation adaptation. He's going to kill me. This book is done. This video is over. I've been thinking of it in terms of like, it took me 3 books, but Summer Romance was kind of in there. I haven't returned to it. I do want to complete it, just so you know, see what that story is all about. I've heard so many good things about it, and I really enjoyed Nora Goes Off Script, so I don't know. But this is now my second 5-star read of the year. Now we'll see how long it'll be until I get another one. Goodbye.